All right, well, I've been sitting down here off camera for a little bit late at night, playing some Mr. President. And I don't know where I left off at, but let me see here. I had to draw 3 crisis cards when I came to drawing a crisis chit from the crisis cup. So I took care of all 3 of those. I think the major thing that happened was mostly terror groups, stuff like that. A big thing that happened was that had a level 4 terror group. Oh, I think that was over in Central and South Asia, and he was in the targeting part of the intel track, and we were able. Had an option of having a strike against him. Now you can have a strike or a drone striker, either one. I think the more powerful one was the one I took with actual troops that went in, and it was a roll with a 10-sided die. And of course, in this game, I think 0 or 1, you nailed the guy, totally wiped him out and everything. And in a 10, it was a total disaster. Well, of course, I rolled a 10. I might have rolled a 9 with a 1 modifier, I'm not sure. But anyway, it was a total disaster. And nailed down my public opinion, nailed down my legacy. A couple other things happened, but the most important thing that happened is I had a choice to either my relations with the Congress, with the media, and my party relations will all go down unless I fired my Secretary of Defense. So I fired a Secretary of Defense because of a bungled terrorist raid. But the good thing about it is I got to get a new one, and it's a woman, and she's pretty good. She's really good. She got that +1 action on her too. So if she gets better on her more experienced or veteran side, if you flip that over, she's got some really good numbers. So I was kind of making the best of a bad situation on that one. I do believe there was an outbreak of pneumonia in China, and it turned out to be it could have been just localized. It was localized as a low, medium, and then the high was where it spread all over the world, and it started a really bad pandemic. Well, anyway, mine was a medium one, which worsened the economies on everybody's economic track. They all get hit with one of those worsening economy markers. Now, if they get hit with another one, they go down 1 level. So that's how those economy tracks work. I'm trying to think of what else we did. So I had any 4 military diplomatic actions. What I've tried to do a couple of times on that was bring this Middle East regional alignment on up. I have to get that up before I can try to take off some of these Russian influences. You can't take off Russian influences unless your regional alignment is up to about 6 or 7. So I tried that unsuccessfully. My lady luck has been bearing down on me. So like I said, we did all that. I pulled that one shit that was 3 crisis cards. It could have been a lot worse. Took my 3 actions, core support check, core support. I think it was pretty good. I don't think we suffered anything on there. But now we got these terrorists. Let me see here. It's called Terror Chaos. Terror and Chaos. So the bad thing is we got terror groups all over the place. So just wanted to keep you up to date on my little game here. We're having a great time every once in a while, sitting down and throttling back on life. It's always good to be able to play a little bit of wargaming. We'll be back. All right then. What we do on this little step in our turn sequence phase is roll 1d10 and find out which one it is. 1 through 5, it's a terror axe. 6 through 10 is resolve the chaos procedure. Something tells me chaos isn't too cool, but we'll find out which one it is here on our fate die roll. We got the big fat 10. There's no doubt about it. I didn't want it to be a chaos procedure. Alright. Let me see here. Increase terror X procedure, chaos procedure. Increase the conflict status track for a random conflict by 1 box. Alright. D10. D10. Oops. Gotta go through the chute. D10, we're getting 8. We got some high numbers coming on up here. So 8 is the Israel and neighbors conflict status. going up one towards war. You don't want that. If it hits any of these war markers, oh shoot, Russia, Ukraine. Well, I mean, let me take that back. If it hits any of these markers with the red, then game's over. Red always hits any of these red markers on any of these things, man, game's over. So that is not good. All right, increases. We did that. If that causes war, set up a new war. Well, we didn't do that. So anyway. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I won't bore you with reading. We'll be right back. All right, we just go right down the line here, and it says roll a d10 after we increase the chaos status between Israel and its neighbors. Rolling a d10. It's a 3. All right. Draw a new cascading event card from the unused pile and apply the results listed under C of the card, just as if you had drawn it from the deck. New cascading event card. Huh, where's that at? Oh, here you go. It's cascading event card, okay. And please don't say listen. Let me read this, make sure everything's cool, but yeah, we got a little cascading deck. All kinds of decks around here. Keep track of. We'll be right back. Alright, so I guess we'll grab us a cascading event card, and it says, apply the results listed under C. So we're really advancing the event a whole bunch. Oh, well, C is cool. That's fine. +1 domestic crisis, -2 public approval. 1 domestic crisis. Ooh, getting up there. And boy, they hate my public approval going down. Was that 2? Yeah, shoot. All right. Apply the C result. That was fine. Then it says to then place it on the 2 pile unless the card result directs otherwise. Yeah, it does tell me to put it on the 2 pile. So we did that. We could have did worse on that. All right. Made that roll. All right. Now it says, domestic chaos, no. Roll a d10. We'll come down here. We find out what we do next. We'll be right back. All right. Well, I don't know if we got a errata here or something. But if you see how you would take this terror axe, if we roll the die and had us use a terror axe procedure, it lists all these things, and it says at the very end, make a terror axe roll at a terror axe table. Okay, that's fine. Oh, if there's a rogue state on the board, export terror. I guess that's more things you do for the terror axe procedure. But then it comes down to the chaos procedure. We just did this. We rolled our d10. We got a 3. There's more rolls here, but that's if you got an 8 to 10, then you'd roll a d6, and that's down there. But then it stops there. It doesn't tell me to roll on the chaos table. I don't know if that was an errata or what. I think we're going to go ahead and roll on it because it says make a terror axe roll on a terror axe table. So then it says move the counter space. So even though it doesn't tell me, at the end of this, it just told me roll 1d10. I rolled, I got a 3. That was this right here. All right. The rest of the stuff down here has to do with if you rolled a 10. Then you increase domestic chaos by 1 box, and then roll a d6, and then these are the results of that roll. But I don't have that happen to me. Now right here, it should have said, make a terror or make a chaos table roll, but it doesn't tell me to do that. But I'm going to make one anyway. So we're going to take it under ourselves to see what goes on there for a low number since we're such honest guys. All right, hold on. China expands island buildings in South China Sea. Increase regional crisis by 2 boxes in Asia Pacific. All right, well, that just gets me up here to a major crisis. So there you go. That police of China influence counter there. So China influence increases in here, and then on this one here, we'll increase China's influence because now they have 6 or 7 on the world. So that wasn't good. Whew. All right, now it says Ally and Rogue Group Axe will be our next one. Here we'll move this on up to a phase. We're on activation phase 2. We're getting through these pretty quick and having a great time with all the challenges. But man, from the time I hit good times and all these, I'd say from here on up when I drew these 3 crisis cards, I have been hit major. with bad luck. All right, we're going to go and see. It tells me I can draw anyone I want, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the. I was going to draw these, but I'll draw this one here next. Allies Group B. Ooh. WAW4. Let's find out who Group B is real quick before we take a little pause. WAW4. Allied Group B will be the UK, Japan, and North Korea. We'll see what happens there. We'll put this B shit underneath this Allied Road Group X to make sure we know that's where we left off at. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, the UK will act. And again, all my allies are very close, so we'll get 2 joint actions. There you go. When we get done with this, we'll flip over their tension counters. But the thing I always like to do, I mean, it's good to raid. They really don't have, we don't have any terror groups in the Eurozone, so that'll work. That makes that moot. Stabilize the region. The regional chaos. I want to de-escalate. Oh wait, not de-escalate. Request, yeah, this is the one. Request UN humanitarian aid in any region. 1 max. Make a UN aid roll for any one region on the map. Roll 1d10. Result decreases regional crisis in chosen region. There you go. So we're going to roll 1d10. I don't see any die roll modifiers. So there you go. We need a 1 to 8. We need a low roll, and this would be for the Eurozone. The UK is going to take this joint action. We're going to try to reduce this regional crisis level. Looking for a low roll. 2, I think that'll do it. 1 to 8 result, reduce regional crisis chosen region by 1 box. So that takes it from the brink down to 2. We can take our white die off, indicating that that place isn't about to blow. Alright. Now they take another one. Is that 1 max on that? Oh, 1 max. Oh, that's a bummer. Alright, we'll see what else we can do here with the UK. We get 2 actions. Find out real quick. We'll be right back. Alright, the other ones really don't apply. I mean, there's no terror groups there. We can attempt to stabilize the region, but the stability's at 7. What we're going to do is go down here to number 7. Remove stress. I can remove up to 2 tension counters from this ally, so that's what we will do. We'll go over here to the UK, and he does have 2 tension counters on him, and we'll take all of his tensions away. Yes. So that takes care of the UK. Next, I think Japan's the same thing. He's a very close ally, so I think we'll get 2 joint actions on him. Then we'll worry about Rocket Man. Be back. Alright, Japan acts. And luckily for us, over here in the Asia Pacific zone, we got a red die there, which must mean that we have a major crisis. So we'll be going down here. We get 2 of them. Request UN humanitarian aid in any region, 1 max. Now I wonder if I could do that, if that's 1 max out of everybody, or just per action. Wow, that's really, let me see. Alright, we'll take it as that they can do it. It's just that when they do it, they can't do it no more. So make you an aid roll 1 to 10, and we're looking for a low number like we did last time. There's no die roll modifiers for Japan's first action, their joint action. Low number to bring it back from the brink. Yes, there you go. So this one here comes down, and that's all they mean. They mean you just can't do it again and bring it down anymore. But that was definitely successful. Let's exchange that red die with a white one. It says number 3, and it's just my quick reference. I can look over the board because it gets way far away, but it might be even goofy because all you have to do is look down here and see which one's which. But them are the ones that are on the brink. Everybody else is a tad ways back. All right. After that, I think we'll want to, let me see, terror groups. There are terror groups in Asia Pacific, and there's one that's at 3. So maybe we're going to check out some Of target fixed. There's no target fixed. Intel. Auto success. Locate any terror group in a region. Choose terror group. Then place a group in the gather intel. That don't do me nothing. Or if they're already intel track, move a group to the next box. UK gets 2 successes per drone access. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, there ain't nobody in the UK anyway. But we could have did something in the Eurozone. And there is terror groups in the Eurozone, so I didn't even think about that, but we did. Let me see what's going on here and how I do that. Stabilize the region. Region ain't that bad. Yeah, let's go over here. We're going to stick with Intel, I think. I'll be right back. And it says here, I can choose any terror group and place them in the gather intel box in the region. Or, if they were already on the intel track, move the group to the next box on the intel track. So there's one already on here. We'll move them up to the next box. Place them up here. Make sure I'm doing that right and that I'm not a cheetah. Be right back. Let me read this again. Anyway, the key here, it says, is locate any terror group in the region. Choose the terror group, then place the group in the intel box. Or, if they were any terror group, if they were already on the intel box, move them up one box. So that's what we did there. That'll be it for the 2 actions for Japan. Next, we're going to find out what's going on with North Korea. Be right back. Alright, now before we do this, we got to back it up some. Because there's other things we needed to perform. We have to go back first to the UK. And it says, I didn't go down. When you finish with your droid actions, or move or flip over all the tension counters. We took them all away from the UK, so there's no tension counters there. Make a D10 unilateral action die roll referring to the UK unilateral table playing. Where's the unilateral table for the UK? I'll have to check that out. Be right back. Alright, just a nice little flip to the next page. Die roll modifiers. +4 max. So it can't get no worse than +4. It get real good though. And a -1 if no tension counters are in the UK. So we got a -1. Pretension value if Russian influence in the Eurozone. No Russian Euro influence. Per level 3 or 4 terror group in the Eurozone. Oh. Nope. Just a bunch of number 1s in the Eurozone. No 3 or 4s, so that's good. What we got here? +1 if Russian NATO conflict status value is greater than 1. Russia, NATO, conflict status, greater than 1. Yes, it is. So we've got the +1. So now we're at even. No die roll modifiers for current wars, including U.S. forces. There are none. So we'll be rolling a D10 without no modifier. And the unilateral axe table. I went for a low number. Ouch. They're killing me on this one. Reduce anti-terror campaign. Okay, well that's not bad. I guess that's what they're gonna do. Reduce 1 level 2, 3 terror group in Eurozone or Eastern Europe by 1 level. Like I said, there's none in the Eurozone, but there are a bunch in Eastern Europe. So if we reduce 1, they're all level 1s. We take them off. Yeah. We'll check that on out. That'll work. So that was our unilateral action. Next, we'll have to go to Japan before we go to UK. And let's make sure we're doing this correctly. After UK's and Japan activates, okay. Activate Japan, doing the same procedure divided above. Apply results. Then remove all of UK's flip tension counters and remove half. So they don't have none. We don't have to do nothing there. We have to remember to do that with Japan, though. So next, over here in Japan, flip over their tension counters, and they have a +1. See if you can see in there. Flip that on over. Now we'll make their die roll. -1 of no tension counters. They don't apply. +1 per tension value. So it's only +1, so we got a +1. Current value of the China-Japan conflict. Oh, what is that? Half rounded down to the current conflict status. So it's 1. Rounded down is 0. So nothing going on that. So we will have a +1 for their tension value on this die roll for Japan's unilateral action. Was a +1 die roll modifier 5. Stabilize -1 to regional crisis in Asia Pacific. All right, -1. We'll take that. It's back from the brink. We can take this die off of here too. All right, make sure all that. All we got are 3 of them that are on the brink now, so that'll work. That was a good activation. All right, now we remove all the tension counters. So is that what it says? Remove all Japan's flip tension counters and replace with half rounded down. So 0. Place the number side down. Okay, so 0 on them. Half rounded down is 0. All right, that is it. Now we can see what's going on with activate North Korea. Glad I caught that. We'll be right back. All right, flip over any North Korean tension counters and sanctions. So you're looking over here. North Korea. There we go, right there. There's nothing. Nothing on them, so that's great. We'll take that. Roll a D10 and refer to North Korea's action chart, applying all the listed die roll modifiers. There are no tension counters on North Korea, -1. Net tensions and sanctions values on North Korea, there's 0, so they're -1. Half the status value of the conflict track. Oh, half the status is 1. That's half would be 0, so cool. We're loving this one. Relative strength favors the North Koreans. +2 relative strength. Relative strength. Favors the North Koreans. It does. +2. Ouch. Alright. -1. Half the value. Okay, we're at -1. +2, so we're at a +1 on this die roll for North Korea. +1 with a 4. Support terror. Increase the level 3 in that order. Terror group in Asia Pacific. Alright. So increase a level 3, 2 or 1 in that order. So level 3 will increase into 4. Hold on, what was that 4? Increase a level 3. There you go. Terror group in Asia Pacific by 1 level. If none, place a new blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they supported terror, and that made the number 4 or number 3 terror group into number 4. There you go. We're set. That is North Korea's procedure. Oops, we got to remember to take off all the tension counters. Oh, did we do that? Did we do that? All right. Then remove all of North Korea's tension counters and replace with half that are removed. Oh, they had 0, so there you go. Killer. All right. That's it. We're done with the Ally Rogue Group acts, and next we'll have the UN acts. Coming down here, we'll flip our little thing on over to the UN action segment. All right, there you go. That wasn't too bad. I mean, we're weathering the storm and making progress. We got to keep some stuff out. What's after this? Oh, we got 3 domestic actions. That's all right. More progress, civil wars than any 4. What you're really looking for on this track here, these blue ones. Good old presidential blues. All right, that'll be it for right now. So far, I have not auto-lost the game, and I ain't really doing too bad. I was doing a little bit better for a couple turns there when my popularity was going through the roof, and my legacy also was maxed out. All right, be back. See what's going on with the UN. We'll be right back. All right, it tells me here, for this UN action, they give you a chart down here, but the ones with the asterisk are mandatory, and it tells you which ones are going on here. This is one humanitarian aid. We got to pick the world region with the highest crisis level. I got 3 of them, so I got to pick them randomly. The numbers on this one are 7, 6, and 2. So rolling this one, whenever the first number comes up, 7, 6, or 2, 2. Okay, so that'll be the one we take care of Eastern Europe, and they're going to try to de-escalate a crisis. So let's see. Either to pass is a D10. So we'll roll 1 D10, and with the 1 through 8, it decreased 1 level. We got it. Alright, so that means we can take the wide die of Eastern Europe. We only got 2 spots now that are on the brink of a major crisis. We'll take that. Alright. Attempt the region with the highest representing the world body acting together to alleviate suffering and avert crisis. To remove the hand, to resolve the humanitarian aid, attempt at D10. If the result is 1 or 8, the action is successful. -1 to region in crisis in that region. Okay. Infrastructure. The next thing that the UN is going to attempt to do is attempt in the world region with the lowest current stability. Ooh, let me check that out. I'll be right back. Alright, lowest stability will be the Middle East with its 2. I think the rest of them all over the world are 5 is what I was counting. But anyway, resolve ties right when during no time to resolve the infrastructure aid, attempt at D10. If the result is 1 to 5, the action is successful. Alright, D10, looking for a low roll in the Middle East. Low roll. 7. Nope, that ain't gonna do it. We need a 1 to 5 for success, so no good on there. Next, youth empowerment attempt in the lowest stability region that contains a level. Let me check this out. For number 3, one youth empowerment program. Our lowest stability would be again Middle East, but they don't have a 2 or 3 level terror group. The one that qualifies will be a level 5 stability. That's the lowest we got. And he has a level 3 terror group in Africa. So then, for ties, blah, 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 blah. To resolve youth empowerment attempt, roll a D10. If the result is 1 to 5, it's successful. Remove them 1 level. So I'm looking for a 1 to 5 on this one to reduce that terror group level. Give these boys something to do besides carry a gun, and we were successful. So here in Africa, this level 3 terror group, we flipped over to a, oops, over to a 2. Grab me a 2 in Africa. There you go. Alright. Next, we'll try to resolve is peace talks in a civil war. Be right back. Alright, then for the last one, peace talks in a civil war. Choose 1 civil war or ceasefire in a region with the lowest stability. Lowest stability again is the Middle East. And we do have a civil war there with a ceasefire. Alright, choose a civil war ceasefire. That was what it was. Let's see. Make a broker peace talks roll for that war. The appropriate column of the Civil War resolution broker peace talks below. Broker Civil War peace talks. Huh. It wasn't a major war, it's a civil war. It's got an asterisk though. Let me check all this stuff out. I'll be back. Alright. I got us all set up here. Let's look for die roll modifiers. -1 if you went in action, it is. Or if you spent 1 AP or UN goodwill. So -1. -2 if there is a UN regional peacekeepers counter. There is not. Nope. No peacekeepers counter in the Middle East. Alright. +1 of regional stability is 5 or less. It is 5. So we're rolling with no die roll modifiers. +1 if there's an Iranian influence counter beneath the Civil War. There isn't nothing underneath the Civil War, so but there's an Iran influence counter there. So I don't know if it goes underneath the Civil War. I have placed counters underneath counters when I was told to do that, so I haven't done that yet. So we're not giving them that one. So we were going without any die roll modifier under the civil ceasefire table. Looking for a low number with no modifier to broker peace. 2. 2 or less. Permanent peace. Remove The Civil War ceasefire counter and UN peacekeeper Iranian influence counter if present decrease national crisis by 1 box. Ooh, regional crisis, right? Yeah, regional crisis goes back 1 box. Permanent peace, remove Civil War counter, ceasefire counter, remove the Civil War ceasefire counter. And any UN peacekeeper or Iranian influence counter. Iranian influence, I'll take that off. Wait, where's Iran? Yep. Take that off, yeah. Oh, if present, decrease regionals. Yep, we've done that, so that is great. Man, we'll take that anytime. All right, it says my battery power is going low, but when we come back, that was it for our peace talks and Civil War, our last one. After the automatic UN actions, you may choose to perform up to 2 U.S.-initiated UN actions. It's been AP, I get another action. Goodwill counter, I get another action. Okay, I'm going to check this all out. I'm going to do some of this off camera because I'm enjoying playing this game and my battery's running low, so hope you guys are all having a good time for the holidays coming on up. We'll be back.